What up, Tragedy? So I'm going to tell you guys a story today, and the story I'm going to tell you is the story of my brother JonPaul Martinez and how he got killed. I also wanted to share a couple pictures with you guys, because you guys were asking, a lot of people were asking if they could see some pictures of my mom. So I'm going to put a couple pictures of my mom here so you guys can see her. I don't have that many pictures of my mom or my brother JonPaul. You know, it is what it is. She died in 2002 from an overdose. He died in 2005 from getting stabbed in the neck, which is the story I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so my brother JonPaul was 1 year older than me. When I was born, he was 1 year old. We were close, like this. He was my day one. Me and him rode side by side since the beginning. We went through the mud together, through foster care. We went through all kinds of stuff. Then when I was 17 and he was 18, I was locked up out of state in Salt Lake City, Utah at Copper Hills Treatment Center. And he got stabbed at a party. So this is what happened. So JonPaul went to the party. It was a party in Albuquerque in September, on September 18th to be exact, 2005. It was during the state fair time, so he went to Albuquerque to party. They went to this girl Brittany's house, and a lot of people went there. A few people went to party. It was my brother and two of his homies. I don't want to say the names for respect to the people, but he was with only 3 people. And then the girl Brittany owned the house, and there was 2 dudes there that were there. Okay, while this vato named rolled up with his sister, his niece Chanel's boyfriend, and I think his girlfriend. So there's 5 of them that rolled up, and they were just partying. Everything was all good. They were drinking. Well, my brother and Chanel went back. They used to date back in the day. So JonPaul was talking to Chanel during the party. She tried to warn him, I guess, and tell him, no, just don't talk to me. My boyfriend's real jealous. And so my brother ignored her for a while. So my brother was just drinking, and everybody was just drinking and kicking it. You know, they were having a party. It was over there in Albuquerque. The place is hard to find. It's on Brenda Avenue. It's a little house. We went to go see it for ourselves so we could picture it in our head after, you know. Anyway, so what happened is he was buzzing it, and he went and started talking to Chanel again, telling her what's up. And while he was in a conversation with her, talking to her, Chanel's boyfriend, Marcus Vigil, walked up to my brother and boom, slapped him in the back of the head while he was talking to her. Boom. So he turned around, what the f? And he started rushing him. And he rushed him and he was beating his ass. And when that happened, a rumble broke out in the house. He was just there kicking it. He was just there, boom, he got hit with the lamp in the head. Frank got knocked out. Jerry, I don't know, it just broke out, chaos. And meanwhile, my brother and Marcus ended up outside. And he ended up on top of Marcus. He had Marcus on the ground. And he was socking him up like that, right? And while he was just socking him up like that, my bad, let me back up. While my brother and Marcus are fighting outside, Anthony ran to the kitchen and grabbed the biggest knife off the butcher block, the big butcher knife, and he grabbed it and he ran outside. My brother was on top of Marcus, beating him up at the time. Boom, boom, boom. Skins ran up and stabbed him right there, so it hit him like right there. 1, 2, 3, because he hit him like that. 1, 2, 3, 3 times. My brother got up and he like took a couple steps, boom, and stumbled, they said, and fell. He died in old girl Brittany's arms, okay? So when that happened, the guy who did it grabbed Marcus off the floor and took off. His chick was throwing up, blah, blah, because she wasn't used to seeing the sight of blood. She was throwing up, and he had to grab her and throw her in the car. He had to grab all the people he was with, the 5 people, and he took off. And the main disrespect, when they were leaving, I guess somebody hollered out the window, Southside Santa, trying to rep their hood. It was not gang related though, so they were just probably in the heat of the moment, but I thought that was disrespectful because it wasn't a west side, south side thing. My brother was from the west. Anyway, so my brother was bleeding out. He had 3 big old holes, 1, 2, 3, on his neck and shoulder. He was bleeding out in Brittany's arms. They're calling 911. Ambulance gets there, but they're parked down the street. They were scared to get there. My brother's still alive, choking and dying. They didn't want to come. They're like, hurry up, what the fuck? They were scared because, see, the police officers have to get there first and clear the scene in a situation like that. And the address is hard to find. The cops couldn't find the address. So their dumbasses are looking for the address. The ambulance is just waiting on the street. And then by the time the cops came, cleared the scene, and let the ambulance through, my brother had died. So that's the story of how my brother JonPaul got killed. May he rest in peace. JonPaul Anthony Martinez, aka Prowl. If you know, you know. No disrespect to anybody involved. Everybody that's involved. If we've talked, we've talked. And if we haven't, we haven't. I moved past it. This happened in 2005. It is now 2023. I have a daughter of my own. I have a wife. I have a home. And I'm just trying to do good. So, rest in peace to JonPaul Martinez. I hope I told the story right. This is Trajity.